14 reasons why Aquarius is the best sign. If you've ever stumbled upon an Aquarius, you were probably left mesmerized and confused. They are usually hard to figure out or pin down, but in case you wanted to torture yourself and try, here are 13 things you should know about the water bearer. 1. Aquarians are rebellious and have strong opinions that they aren't afraid to voice them. Aquarians have a rebellious side that they hate being told what to do or how to think. The rebellious side of Aquarius comes out when people try to force their will upon them, demanding that they change the way they think or act. The fiercely independent characteristics of Aquarius drive them to distance themselves from anyone who thinks that they can control their life. The Aquarius goes left if everyone is going right. Leave it up to the Aquarius to show you what rebellion really is. If everyone is saying yes, they will be saying no. If everyone is going right, they will be going left. Never expect them to do anything the way everyone else does. Instead, expect them to do the exact opposite. Their rebellion makes them unsuitable for routine tasks or pragmatic men. They needs to be living a life that excites them, and they will always be looking for the next wondrous adventure, even if they go by themselves. Aquarius is firm in opinion. As an air sign, they are natural-born communicators. They use words and connections to sort through issues and know how to talk themselves out of any situation. They are chatty and at times known for talking too much. An Aquarius is not afraid to voice their opinion and will be the first person to speak up. They are very fixed in opinions, even though they may change on a day-to-day basis. They preach what they believe in and can be activists for causes they firmly believe in. Able to persuade others to see their viewpoint, because they have the ability to justify their reasons and actions. Aquarius is always willing to listen to what everyone has to say, but they're also not afraid to voice a few opinions of their own. They've often put a lot of thought into the things that they believe and aren't afraid to defend their ideals and notions. They hate to see people taking advantage of others and acts of unfairness. 2. The Aquarius lives by the beat of their very own drum. Aquarius is the sign of invention. The Aquarius people values their independence more than anything else. Aquarius is incredibly independent and often prefer to rely on themselves. The characteristics of self-reliance are strong with the Aquarius, and they have a big desire to go out and to make it on their own without having to rely on the charity or handouts of others. They function very well on their own and are very self-motivated. An Aquarius is very in tune with their inner self and thrive when they are by themselves. Don't expect the Aquarius to follow the crowd. They to sing a different tune. This is why they thrive in the areas of innovations, creativity and philosophy. Due to their independent nature, TG can run away from anything that could restrict their freedom, and is often engaged in solo projects. Sometimes they can be so independent, however, that they have a hard time asking for help during the times that they need it the most. Aquarius individuals are gifted with the ability to conceptualize outside the box, a unique perspective that at times seems foreign to the more conservative signs of the zodiac. As the preceding sign Capricorn represents the pinnacle of material achievement, the sign that follows, Aquarius, obviously takes the zodiac in an entirely new direction. Aquarians are born to update the current structure and change the rules if necessary, bringing information to the public that was once reserved for the privileged few. They are often thought leaders who push the boundaries of what is possible, choosing to do things their own way rather than conventionally. Aquarius rebels against a system where the few rule the many within a totalitarian regime. This is the sign that cries out for a revolution in thinking. Aquarius is associated with science, inventions, and technology. And the fact Thomas Edison was an Aquarius. 3. Aquarius always seeks for the truth. They aren't very good liars. Aquarius' aim is to conceive of a system where every individual has access to the truth, the whole truth and nothing but. Thus, those born under this sign are truth seekers and truth tellers who want to know what is going on, regardless of how unsavory the truth may be. Not only that, but because Aquarians are mindful of the greater good, they expect everyone on Earth to want the same thing. This is a miscalculation, for when confronted with unpleasantness and presented with facts they find undesirable, many people sink into denial. They only hear what they want to hear and believe what they want to believe. As they confront such individuals, Aquarians back down and back off. In ordinary times, Aquarians often do not know what to do with themselves. Aquarians are eccentric. They recognize the truth when they hear it, primarily because the truth is what they want. No matter how hard it is to come to terms with it, they are sufficiently aloof to be able to listen to anything. The Aquarius possesses many skills, but being able to convincingly lie with ease is generally not one of them. As a result, when they find themselves in situations where they are unable to tell the truth, they often prefer to simply say nothing at all. 4. Aquarius are wickedly sarcastic. They will not take any crap from anyone. Those born under the Aquarius sign are often the kings and queens of being brutally sarcastic. Just naturally funny. They don't really try to be joke tellers or anything. Oftentimes they're bewildered that they're being funny and start laughing right along with the others. They have a dark sense of humor and are sarcastic intellectual. Stick to addressing issues without sarcasm. It comes so naturally that they don't even realize they are doing it half the time. Those that are closest to them and who get their twisted sense of humor often find themselves in absolute hysterics when Aquarius is around. Aquarius is allergic to bullshit. Since honesty is such a big trait of the Aquarius, it's also something that look for in others. And if you're lying, they can almost always tell. They have an almost sixth sense for detecting when someone is feeding them bullshit, and if you're fake with them, they'll have no time for you. Aquarius tries not to get too caught up in petty drama and meaningless gossip. They prefer to focus on the things that are most important, including their friends, family, and chasing their dreams. 5. Aquarians are careful about who they befriend and allow into their world. They are very loyal to loved ones. Aquarius is selective about who they allow into their inner circle and prefer quality over quantity when it comes to their closest friends. It can be difficult to get close to Aquarius, who prefers thoughts and ideas to emotions and feelings, but their stimulating company and caring ways earn them many fast friends for life. They would much rather have a handful of solid friends that they know have got their back than a ton of random acquaintances who don't really care. Loyalty is a way of life as an Aquarius. They are very loyal to their friends and family and never turn their back. They are the type of people who will drop everything to help a loved one in need. Whether it's the middle of the day or 3 a.m. at night, you can always count on Aquarius to be there for you when you need them most. They're extremely loyal to those that they are closest to and will do just about anything to help a loved one out. 6. Aquarius can be quite emotional, but they don't always show it to others. Aquarius can definitely be on the emotional side at times, but unlike some of the other zodiac signs, they often won't be so obvious about it. When their emotions are running high, they can distance themselves from the world, requiring time to deal with things in their own way. They can get irritated if people try to pry and interrogate them when they don't feel like talking, and sometimes it's best to just give them their space to process things. In a romantic relationship, Aquarians like to keep distance. They act detached, and their boyfriend/girlfriend might wonder why they are doing this. One day attached and happy, and the next day avoiding them. They do this because of the need for space. Fearing losing their independence is characteristic in a relationship. If they feel suffocated, they back off. If they are connected mentally, they are loyal to their partner. Aquarius, make sure you chose someone who is not possessive or jealous, because if you have not have your space, you will simply sail off happily and never look back. Life is too short and too interesting to be tied down by someone else. 7. Aquarius can be quite unpredictable. Aquarius woman is an unsolved mystery. In astrology, Aquarius is often referred to as the sign of genius. Boredom is the biggest malady of people born under this sun sign. A sense of unpredictability is a common Aquarius trait. They get bored of dull, repetitive routines and hate the idea of just doing the same old thing every single day. It is very difficult to predict what they will do next. They hate monotony and will never follow a fixed behavioral pattern. They prefer to live their life with a sense of adventure. This sense of spontaneity makes them a lot of fun to be around and keeps their friends constantly on their toes. The Aquarius woman tends to swivel from one extreme to another. She is both loving and detached, sensitive and cold, independent and giving. Needs her space but loves being around people. Freedom-loving but passionate. Rebellious but loyal. The Aquarius woman is a puzzle, sometimes to her own self. However, you can count on an Aquarius woman to make your life a lot more delightful, and a little less humdrum. You can find a fiercely loyal and friend in her, one that will stick around when everyone leaves. 8. Aquarian is a great listener, and also gives some pretty damn good advice too. Aquarius hates to see their friends down, or sad, and they are always there for them, when they need somebody to talk and vent with. Not only are they damn good listeners, but they are also full of wisdom and useful advice. Aquarius advice can be very scientific and up to date, though some may complain that it is not personal enough. Still, others might consider Aquarius advice too idealistic or broad. Since Aquarius is a fixed sign, Aquarius may have some agenda. They may be trying to influence you, as opposed to giving you advice. However, Aquarius is the sign to turn to if you want cutting-edge and impersonal answers to your problems. 9. Aquarius is a fast learner and a total sponge for knowledge. Another major part of the Aquarian makeup is a scientific and curious mind. Aquarians will often try to figure out how things work. They have detailed and specific minds that lend well to computer or technical work. They are also the type of people who can pick up a new gadget and figure out how it works in a few seconds. Aquarius love learning and have a big thirst for knowledge. The Aquarius is forever a student in the school of life, and they have a natural gift for understanding new ideas and concepts. Fast. Their interests are diverse, and they are always on the hunt for new ideas and new ways of thinking. Aquarians are intellectual. The Aquarius always has a unique approach to things, because they are 10 steps ahead of everyone else. They have individualized approaches to some of the world's largest issues, and they fully believe their method is correct. They are eager to share their insight with others, and happy to argue their point if needed. Like all brainy folks, the Aquarius is borderline genius. The Aquarius is quite spacey. As strange as it may seem, their altruistic nature is not guided by emotion. Instead, they strive to make selfless differences in the world in an intellectual way. 10. Aquarius looks for the best in people, and they are willing to give someone a second chance. The Aquarius instinctively looks for the best in people, and when somebody close to them screws up, they're willing to forgive them and give them a second chance rather than holding on to negative energy. However, on the downside, they can sometimes be so willing to forgive that they give people a second chance that don't necessarily deserve it. 11. Aquarius is downright weird at times. The rumors are true. Aquarius can be random and downright bizarre at times, coming out with things that leave a puzzled look on others' faces. Ruled by the unpredictable planet Uranus, Aquarius is the most eccentric zodiac sign. There's never a dull moment with an Aquarius around. Some may wonder whether they are from another planet, but their friends love them for their eccentricities, because who wants to be normal anyway? That's so boring. Their goal is to create a more progressive world through thoughts and ideas, and many of their ideas will do just that 5 to 10 years from now. 12. Aquarius dreams big, and has the drive to turn them into reality. Make no mistake about it. An Aquarius always dreams big, even if the situation seems hopeless. The Aquarius dreams big, and they have the skills to turn those dreams into a reality. They have the intelligence and imagination to come up with a plan, and the tenacity to see it through till completion. Aquarians will accomplish much with their broad and logical minds, entertaining complex and scientific ideas for the betterment of all. That said, they are also artistic and inventive. It's all in the spirit of creating a better world, hopefully one in keeping with their broad-minded beliefs. Aquarians believe that their offbeat, original approach will win the day, and that new thought is what is needed to change the world. Those born under this sign are altruistic, humane people, who are determined to make a difference. 13. An Aquarius is very good in bed. Open-minded, tolerant and undemanding, Aquarius makes a great sexual partner and friend. They aren't afraid to take sex to a whole other level. They tend to let go in the bedroom, and drop their cutthroat determination. If you're lucky enough to have hot sex with a Capricorn, the pleasure is all yours. But if you're looking for old-fashioned romance, and a lover to make you feel really special, the typical Aquarian is unlikely to fit the bill. Emotionally detached, and disdainful of sentimentality, they're not very comfortable about expressing their affection. It's rare for an Aquarian to say "I love you." When they do, you know it's for real. 14. Aquarians are often doing many humanitarian activities. They try their best to do whatever is possible to make the world a better place. Quite straightforwardly, Aquarius is the humanitarian of the zodiac. They'd like to make the world work better, which is why they focus much of their energy on our social institutions and how they work or don't work. Some Aquarians even find that working in humanitarian, non-profit or charitable organizations can be super fulfilling as a career. Aquarians are visionaries, progressive souls, who love to spend time thinking about how things can be better. The great strengths of the Aquarius-born are their vision, intellect and humanity. It is their ability and need to interact with people that helps them develop a keen understanding of the plight of the ostracized and the elite alike. This gives individuals of this air sign strong humanitarian leanings. As they go about mingling with the masses with enviable ease, and soaking up all information that comes by with their keen senses, their desire to improve the plight of the downtrodden becomes stronger. Often seen as tactless and rebellious, it is here that their love for freedom comes in great use. In their quest to question authority and set norms, we see the Aquarians' unparalleled zeal and courage to stand against injustice and fight the cause of the underdog. The Aquarius has so much to give, and they are happy and eager to contribute. Though their unique ideas and point of view may seem totally left field for now, give it a few years. These geniuses are 10 steps ahead of even their brainiest counterpoints. They are truly the trailblazers of the zodiac.